TV.
We're not going to take it. Atlantic Records. What from whom? And then there was a big space before the next review. Well, and I remember screaming at the paper going, that's the point. That's the point. I'm not going to tell you what you're not taking and who you're not taking it from. It's meant to be that song that everybody can read their situation into, which is why you see people on opposite sides singing the same song back and forth at each other. Because We're Not Gonna Take It is everybody's anthem.
25 cents or something, but it only had 2 strings on it. So I learned all the Beatles songs playing just on 2 strings, and I think that's why I became a bass player. Cause
so one thing I got to ask you.
It's about 2 or 3 years at the most. When we put the first album out, everybody completely slagged it in the press. They hated us, calling us Satanists and all this crap. On 13 that Ozzy wrote the lyrics for, and the rest was I wrote them. But it was like the lyrics that Ozzy left doing all the vocals until the last couple of weeks of 13. So, and then I didn't want to write the lyrics. I was assuming that he'd write all the lyrics, and of course, I get a phone call saying, Geezer, you come and write the lyrics for me. At that time, the tax in England was 95%. So we were like getting all this money coming in and then giving it straight to the government. And so the manager says, you got to go leave England to do your next album. So we went to LA at the record plant, and we had all the songs written, and so we go in the studio and it's like, well, what do we do now? So we sort of busked our way through that album, and of course to write to, we'd finished the music part of it. Ozzy would sing his vocal line, then I'd write the lyrics. So mainly came from jamming.
Halloween just passed. Or, hi John, I'm Mr. Kleenex. You want to blow your nose? Ah, that's not nice.
This is what I dealt with for about 8 or 9 years. Again, later on.
Hold on. Oh, look at that. Thank you very much. Booger joke.
You know, may I just say
look at that.
that this is only really, I did one in Florida, but this one, and I'm really glad that I came here because it's so nice to meet everybody. And people have been so kind and so nice. So I'm very grateful to meet you all and that you're all here. It's been a real, it's a real special day, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I was here I was just here in August, and then they said, oh, thank you, 2 people. I was here in August,
and let's, you meet him and see what you think. And we went to lunch, and I said, that's the most unfunny person I've ever met in my life. And then Jeff Franklin said, well, he's really funny. You gotta come see him do his stand-up. And so we went to the Igby's, and Dave was so funny, and I just fell in love with him. I just thought he was the greatest, and so that's how we started, right?
That was pretty much it. Yeah,
you did impressions. I remember you did all those funny impressions.
Did lots of impressions back then, and yeah, I was a stand-up. I hadn't done much acting, but John was already like a consummate professional, And so I remember we would be in scenes when we first started, and he would literally grab me and, you know, he would go like this, like, hi, Joey.
it wasn't on his mark.
Joey, because I
You know.
would be in the wrong spot. And I'm like, why is he hugging me so much and pulling me? Why is he pulling me and grabbing my head? It's like,
By the way, before we go on any further, I want to tell